we haven't touched a very important Christmas topic that I want to see how the thoughts have evolved over
evolutions as last year.
Yeah, because
Santa.
Well, let me do my introduction with it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I have this. No, yes, but
my show.
But yeah, I just wonder. Start with you. Have you put any more thought into the Santa problem?
What's the Santa problem?
As in, is it okay to play along with the Santa game for your children, or is it better to not lie to them? I guess, but I'm trying not to put any connotations on that description.
The thing that came up this year was that someone asked me to write a letter from Santa to say that the child in question had been misbehaving, and that if they don't straighten up, they're not going to get presents this year. And I know that's like taking it a step further into like, is Santa real or not? And I just didn't feel comfortable using that. Like, it's just a form of like manipulation to trick the kid into acting a certain way.
There's no magic there.
It's too much.
Yeah,
so I just ignored it. I just think that using that as a way to, it's putting a band-aid on, like the real problem of why your child is misbehaving or what needs. I don't have a fucking clue about parenting.
Yeah.
But I don't think those kind of tricks or hacks are a way to fucking do anything.
Yeah.
So
it's just a little shortcut, like.
Yeah. So I just didn't even acknowledge I didn't play along with it.
No.
As for would I go along with the Santa
tradition,
fucking escapade to say he's real or not? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't.
Interesting. Yeah, I think
too many pros.
We touched on there. It's too. But this is. I'm not saying that like Santa's a gateway drug or anything, but like this kind of, it does make me realise that it does open up the door to other sort of.
Well, it's where you draw the line. That's what I was just thinking. I was listening in there. Where do you? So when I hear that, I'm like, yeah, that's not okay. So I was like, okay. I was just thinking in my head then, all right, so there's a line here.
Yeah.
Where's my line?
Yeah. Because
that's what I was thinking. Because I got that's too. I don't agree with that. Do you know, there's nothing magical there. Like.
Yeah. Magical. No, you're right.
There's that.
No.
Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of. I recently just found out about a new thing, the elves on a shelf. I had no idea about that. I only heard 2 weeks ago, I think. So that's another layer into the game.
What's the gist of this elf on a shelf business?
So I think there's elves. You have a couple of elves in your house, and
a couple of elves,
little teddy elves, and you place them somewhere, and they're like messengers for Santa, so the kids can like tell them what they want for Christmas, and then they'll relay it to Santa.
Yeah.
And I think then at night the idea is that they actually get up to mischief and they go around the house. So the parents will move the elves to different locations in the house, so the kids get up the next morning and they're like, the elf was there and now he's gone, and they're like, where is he? And they go off looking for him, and then you find he's in the fridge, or you know what I mean, they're like, no way, he's there now. And then so I think that's the game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
taps into the magic a bit.
Yeah. So
what do you think? What's your opinion on that? Is it good practice?
Like, it's a tough one.
So, but the point is that the elf is watching you, so you can't be in trouble.
I think from like true, that's true as well, yeah. I think from, I don't know, like just from a fun aspect and your childhood and let's say the emotional thoughts of it, like, and how I felt when I was younger, like I don't think that's a bad thing. But then if I'm thinking from a logical point of view, like if you just reduce it down to I'm lying and manipulating my child, that doesn't seem right. You know what I mean? But what's the trade-off? You know what I mean? Which is there a net positive to doing the whole Christmas Santa thing overall?
Yeah.
Or is it a net negative? You know what I mean? Are you doing not more damage? So I think the answer then to that is, how well do you do it?
Yeah.
And I think that's what matters the most. It's how you do it.
How
you do it matters. It's how you frame it within your house.
But if you look at these two sort of escalations that you brought up, so one is...
Yeah, so that's not... Like, that should be...
That's on the other end of the
But with the elf...
Like, the parents aren't getting any presents either that Christmas.
For me, for some reason, moving the elf around the house and having the kid believe that the elf is moving around on its own, watching them, is at least just as bad as what Sean was asked to do, in my opinion. Because it goes on for a month. It's not just one event.
But they're not being like told they're not getting presents off Santa or anything. You know what I mean?
I don't think the elf
bluntly.
They're just saying the elf's moving. A lot of them.
No, but I think it's because it's watching them, and if they're not good, they're not going to get presents. I think that's part of it.
Well,
because the elf is in the house, so you're bringing this external entity into the house to look and watch your children's behaviour. That's the...
Yeah, I think it's more... Well, I don't know.
But it's magical.
Like
there's magic in it. Whereas that letter...
It's magical.
I would have used one of them 8 pens.
Like my dad, he wrote a letter... Like he wrote a letter for Sean, but he used different colours for each letter.
Up, kid.
Yeah. But I just think... Imagine, what if you did that for a whole year? Would that be okay?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one.
Like, fair enough, right? Let's just... Like, Santa coming down the chimney on one night, but it's just there's only 12 months in a year, and for one of them whole months, you're inviting this little elf to watch your children, and you're moving it around.
Yeah, I'm not really into the elf, to be honest, because I think that's new and I never had that, and I'm just not really I just think that's a money grab. Let's sell these things and let's... No, it is.
Yeah.
It is. Let's make... Santa isn't enough. We need to monopolise his elves now.
You need your elf or your kids won't be loved.
Next there'll be reindeers on the roof or there'll be something else. But so I don't like that element of it. So I could forgo them. Yeah. It's more getting rid of Santa is tough. It's.
But I think so let's.
It's just I feel like it's a net positive. It's like cutting Santa down. It's like, is that what we should be focusing on for the kid in the childhood? You know what I mean? Is that the main thing we're concerned about here?
Well, no.
No, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna be fucking running protests.
But that's what I mean. Overall, is that
get Santa out?
What's wrong with the little bit of magic there?
I'm not. Well, I know. I don't want to. Now I like these. I like these other variants of it to focus on now. Right? Let's forget about the Santa.
Because life's fucking hard.
I know life's hard.
And you can just have a bit of magic.
There is something good about the bit of magic, even though. Technically it's based off a lie, but
if you were to ask me,
we're not robots, and it's not just ones and zeros life, you know what I mean? There is these grey areas, and it's kind of to just take away that and just have none of that. It's you're not going to have it later in life. The magic goes, and it's just kind of it was nice when it was there.
Yeah, it's
Christmas flipped for me once the magic was gone.
It will never be the same.
It was gone. So no, but in a way you can, as the parent, I don't have any kids, by the way, disclaimer, but as the parent,
none of us do.
As we didn't.
1 year later,
it seems if you got really into Christmas and Santa with your kids, you could get back into that kind of childlike thing and get in on it and be recreate what you had when you were a kid, and that's how you're bonding with your kid through that. And I think it goes back to how do you do it, and how do you let them know? You need a game plan of how we end it, because it's just going to be for a small period of time, and then we're going to go through it, and then you're going to explain the process, and then go, you'll have the choice if you've children. whether you want to keep the magic going or not.
Yeah.
And you can maybe have a podcast and do like 2 episodes on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Imagine that, like when I was 11, like
Yeah.
knowing that in this very room
Yeah.
where I got my
Podcast
presents that I'd be doing
Yeah,
a
it all
podcast.
happened in here.
It all happened here, yeah. That's hilarious.
So,
But there was that thing when we didn't believe in Santa, but our sister did, and we were going along with the act, and it did create a new level of excitement,
But
even though we didn't believe.
I think there was a point where she just knew it was
She
all
knew
right,
at the
and we
end,
were just
and that was really
and it was so
cringe.
embarrassing for us.
Oh no.
She was like, "What he's doing in there?" Or she just asked him the
She
right
shouldn't have been
questions.
asking questions
Yeah.
to these like things.
She
that
just-
were
It was so, we were just three. Like, it was me and Dad, like trying to do it. Like, you know what I mean? Fucking making a shite of it. Like, we're not professional.
Yeah, sloppy.
Just sloppy.
But
Like.
I get. Look, I'm
She was showing
I'm
it.
not even. So another escalation, which I like this word now for them, is, well, in Germany it's a lot more intense. So they have this thing called the Krunkus, right? Which is, it's like the anti-Santa and so basically
Demon
the
kind.
night before Christmas. So first of all, they have a parade of Krunkuses, right? And they're dressed up like these demons.
Oh my
and the
God.
kids go to the parade so they know that these things exist, right? Then, after the parades start, like nationwide parades of these demons, parents pay these Krunkus, a Santa and a Krunkus. It's not called Santa, it's called something else, but they come around to the house and they say, is like little Billy there, right? And they just say, okay, Billy, it's time to find out if you're going to get presents or the Krunkus is going to take you away.
Oh my God.
Right? It's going to take you away.
Where?
To
the underworld.
Krunkerland, right?
to the gulag.
And then they read out, like, basically, and the kid's like, oh shit, like, and the parents are like, oh fuck, here we go. And so, and then obviously, I don't think any, well, I don't know what happens, but people are paid to go around to these houses and enact this tradition, let's say. And then they obviously, like, always, like, say, they've been good this year, hopefully, and don't do the whole thing. But
Please God.
That's dramatic.
but but in Germany, a lot of the fairy tales come from Germany. There's all these, John, like these nice stories. Like Christina, my girlfriend, was telling me, there's all these. There's a story where there's this kid who doesn't eat their greens, and so their liver gets like cirrhosis and it dies, and that's the story. The story is like, so eat your vegetables, like do.
The
Like,
end.
but they're all these horrific tales,
Scary,
and that's kind of
yeah,
embedded
What is
into the
going on
culture.
in that country?
It's insane. I went to
They've
this
had
thing
the past they've had, like, and the shit that
I
goes
know,
on.
it's nuts. Exactly. But they love, I guess, a good story. Like, I mean, like the Hitler story, like all these great stories. No, not great stories. Just stories. The Hitler story was not a great story.
Cut that.
I want to
Cut that.
I want that on the record.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the point is that for me now. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's too intense.
The Krunkus, like it's a name, like the parade.
You might have.
You can look at it
but
on
that might
YouTube.
shape, your mentality for the rest of your life. Like the fear that Krunkus gives you might create, like, because you are that impressionable, growing up between, your personality forms. I think it's between 3 and 5 years old. So if you think there's a demon coming to get you at night, and you're just constantly replaying it for a month, for 2 or 3 years in a row, I can't see that being good.
No.
Fucking hell.
That's like the elf still taken to the next. This is next level. I had no idea what was going on.
This is like way next level.
And apparently Santa, they have a female sort of present giver that's not Santa in a way. So Santa's more the person who goes around the Krunkus to determine whether or not the kid is gonna. Yes, and then they have a present role, and so there's different cultures. But that's kind of like that to me is like.
I'd love to
next
hear a
level.
German's person's perspective.
Yeah.
Or multiple Germans.
Yeah, exactly.
That have experienced that. They went to the stuff when they were kids and stuff. Had people calling the door.
I'm sure people have had. I mean, there's probably pros and cons.
Obviously, this new to me now, so it's
probably gotten more
taken aback.
advanced. Like
by hearing that. You know what I mean? It's hard to even process it.
The crunk is...
no, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just sounds like...
It's demented.
Yeah, it's like, is that necessary? It sounds like their Christmas is a different thing.
Yeah, it is.
So that's not what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Although there's a red figure and there's presents and all,
Yeah.
that's a different...
That's
a different realm.
The thread that connects everything together is just... I don't want to say it in a derogatory way, but it's like they're like illusions. Like magical illusions, I'd say.
They're symbols, like the mythological symbols of some sort, like.
Yeah, but I think we hit on a
like be good and get rewards. So.
Yeah, I guess.
Or be bad and go
to
to
the
Yeah, so
underworld.
those are good.
like it's kind of it's true
yeah.
in a way. Like it is right, but it's like, do you need to expose the child to that at all? Like that early? Like, can we not just keep it magical?
Or does it prepare them for the hardships of life?
maybe it's a better, like, maybe you can't just have Santa. You need the other with the opposite of whatever Santa is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The guy that takes you away.
I guess like it's not. I'm not saying that there's no lessons in all these things. Like there's consequences to your actions. But is this the best? Maybe there has to be other ways. I guess I'm not saying that. Maybe this is the best way. But it just seems like there's a lot of baggage.
It just comes down to like traditions. Like, why are these traditions continuing?
Yeah,
that's the real question. Like, and obviously, there's other traditions like outside of Christmas that keep going on in different cultures, and in modern society, you look at them and it's like, this is barbaric.
Yeah.
Why is this still going? You know what I mean? And then maybe there's other traditions that have died out that maybe should have stayed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
there's a point actually I just realised is that could we as adults still celebrate Christmas if there was no Santa? I wonder.
See, I think Christmas has got. If you kill Santa, it's dead.
You might kill it all.
Yeah, because it's not. No one even talks about Jesus.
Yeah.
It's really like Santa took over.
Yeah.
Like commercialized it and turned it into like let's sell stuff and make money and monetize this.
Wrap gifts.
You know what I mean? Like it's
people.
supposed to be about Jesus coming back. No, is that not the like
Jesus being born?
Yeah.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Something like that.
Whatever.
Whatever that
No,
is.
Rise from the dead.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? It's supposed to be about, that's Easter, isn't it?
Yeah.
But no, it's supposed to be about Jesus, but
Yeah, I mean,
but
without
Santa's just taken front stage because he's giving you an Xbox.
It's a better story, like
creating the economic activity. If we didn't have this, like we go into recessions. Like, you know what I mean? Like with our current economic system, a lot of it relies
you
on
need the
these
bump,
big bumps.
Yeah, 100%.
apparently that's what like side fucking point here, but apparently that's why there's such a push to get people back in the office, because of the economic activity, and the economy is relying on people being in the areas where shops are, and
you need to be in that beehive,
getting
the ant colony.
Friday night pub.
Yeah, it's not even to do with all the real estate is
it's to have life in the area.
And then getting the commute in and all that just fuels the economic activity.
Truck drivers basically, like the truck stops will kind of die out because if they automate truck drivers' jobs, I'd say.
So
that's the system has to feed itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but basically, I just think I think we found a good system for the Santa story was to it's a game. I think and to play the game, but play it real, because when you play a game, you take it serious. You know what I mean? When you're playing a football match, you're playing whatever you're playing. If you, Adam Watts had this really good. Well, I heard someone else quoting him as usual, but the idea was that because you don't want to imagine you're playing a board game, you don't want to play with someone that's just like a real stickler for the rules. That's like, no, it has to be this way. You move to you're out. You're out now. You're gonna play it right, or else you're not playing at all. Right?
Tyrant.
It's like, I don't want to play this game with them.
But but you don't want to also play with someone that's just like, sorry, I wasn't listening. I don't care. So you need to. So it's like you need to be sincere. In your playing, not serious but sincere. Like sincerely play the game, but don't
But play while you're in the game.
Yeah. Instead of, so there is a balance in a way.
Yeah.
So I think sincerely playing the game of Santa, not being cynical about it, not being like, oh yeah, we're just doing this because everyone else is doing it, but like, no, we're doing this game and we're gonna really get into it.
Yeah.
And like, oh, remember, no, we're playing the game. Remember, we're playing the game.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, the game.
Yeah.
Maybe that's.
But are you saying that you're telling the kids that this is a game rather than?
I think so for me.
Yeah. Because I don't think that's what we're talking about.
No, but I'm explaining a compromise we came to last time. I think we're playing but the tradition, playing the traditional game of Santa Claus.
Yeah, well,
and I'm Santa Claus.
I think
basically.
it would lose. It wouldn't.
That wouldn't land.
Work. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying that's one way I feel comfortable with approaching this.
Yeah.
In a way,
I like what you said about having a game plan where
an exit strategy.
I just got told, oh yeah, we're going into Smith's to buy the presents. Like there was no real addressing of what had just happened.
Because my dad probably would look us in the eye and tell us.
But
I was all this.
That's what I thought you were saying. When the child either finds out by themselves or it's time to tell them, you say, look, this was all just a game, and you explain the game, you explain why you do it, and then they have an understanding of it rather than feeling like they've just been conned.
Exactly.
So what would you tell them?
So I'd play the game first and try to play it the best you can and get it as magical as you can, add whatever your spin on it and get real into it and have the fun and believe it yourself.
Exactly.
And then over time, as the magic starts evaporating and they're getting older, and then you can start kind of explaining, right, this is tradition that we do. My parents done it with me. You pass it on, and you'll have the opportunity to do it with your kids down the line, and that's it. And then don't ruin it for other people, like, because it's their decision if they want to play or not. There's some people are still playing the game. You've finished the game now. You've passed. You're through to the next stage. You know what I mean? That's how I'd.
Okay.
That's how I'd explain.
No, I like the exit strategy. Yeah.
So
that's.
I guess that is
like you said. It's how you frame it. It's how you frame it,
and then you've confronted everything, and then you've showed them that within this context of the game, you weren't actually lying because your role is to make it real.
Just like any game.
There you go.
I just think it's nearly like there's no. I know what you're saying. I get it, and I appreciate it, but there's no getting around, like, fundamentally, that you have to lie. It's like, I can't really. I know, because but I was playing the game. But the game.
But it's how you frame it.
No, you can frame. No, yeah, I know you can frame it whatever way you like.
Yeah. But I mean, even to them, like, you know, like the idea of, like, there is a North Pole. There is, yeah. There is a Santa. Like, if you ask anyone to draw a picture of Santa, like, it's real within our minds. You know what I mean? Yeah. The whole thing is real in a way, but it's not real in the way that we're presenting it to the kid. We're putting more on it, bit of spice, chili sauce.
You're getting closer to telling the truth. I guess.
Yeah.
But you could kind of make the same argument with religion. That in a sense you're lying, but because so many people believe it's then true.
I don't like. What's in it? Like,
so we're having Christmas dinner and you don't believe in Jesus. You don't believe, you're not a Catholic, and you're having your Christmas dinner on the, do you know what I mean, on the day. It's like, why are you even having Christmas dinner? Like, might as well just scrap it all.
No, but that's not how it. No, I'm not saying.
No, but I was just saying, if we go that direction, where's the line? Why are we cutting Santa?
The line is that we
cut out the two fair, we cut out all those, and then it's like, are we keeping Jesus now, or is he gone too?
I don't think we're keeping Jesus.
Is Jesus gone as well? Right, well then we're not keeping the turkey. There's no turkey either. I'm sorry. Turkey's gone.
People, you can pick it.
Turkey's gone.
You don't have to take the turkey
I'm just saying,
add the gravy.
You could argue that.
No, but I'm trying to. Where is the line? What I was trying to say earlier.
I'm saying I'm trying to make the.
Where is it?
I think you can keep a lot of the good aspects.
I think if you believe in it, it's in a sense it's true. the same way that people believe in Jesus.
And I'm not discrediting.
You wouldn't call all them liars, like.
No, they're not liars.
Yeah, they don't. They feel like they're.
But if they knew for 100% fact that there is no Santa coming down the chimney, they can't believe.
But they're believing the Christmas story and the tradition. That's what they're believing. And there's magic to that. They're believing in magic.
There's a disconnect. You can't believe.
It's about the magic.
I'm trying to sell Christmas here.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a really good quote on this, but you can't believe. Like if I tell you this is worth €1 billion, even if you believe it, you don't really believe it. You can't actually change your beliefs about this.
It's 375.
Yeah. You can't believe. You can't.
You get that in the butcher boy.
Your brain
Scaries.
won't let you. Like we can all say it's worth 3 billion, but you don't really believe it because you know the reality.
If enough people believed it would be though. That's how you value things.
Yeah, but then it actually would be.
Yeah, it would be then.
But then that's not a belief. That's actually a reality.
It's based off the belief.
Based on the belief.
Because it goes back to quality and value are intangible forces. So if people value something, you know what I mean, or think it's a high quality, well then the worth goes up.
Yeah. But I'm not saying some facts are built off.
So that's 375 just because of the market at the moment and the supply and demand. Like there could be a situation where like that gets inflated up to whatever crazy.
And I'm not saying that's not possible either.
Yeah.
But I'm saying right here and now, there's no reality where that is 3 billion euro, and we can't convince ourselves otherwise. Even if we can pretend, but it's not the same as. But
that's not coming down my chimney with presents on Christmas Day. You know what I mean?
Look, there's some fundamentals that I don't think we're going to be able to get around, but. I do want to try and I don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Yeah, but my thing is, why keep the Jesus aspect of it going?
Well, you can say why keep anything. You can just keep doing that. Like,
no, I know, but that's why I'm asking you though. Like, what?
Your point of view is that the fact that you're lying to your kid opens up a portal to you. That's lying in other areas of life.
Yeah.
Is your argument?
Yeah. So that's why I'm mentioning Jesus.
Do you not think you can play along with the Santa story and remain like completely truthful in every other domain?
It's just it's not an optimal system for me.
So will you bring your kid to church and do like communion, confirmation? Because that's probably the same thing.
I'd have to. So my friend Chuck actually is having this struggle because if they get their child baptised, it means that they can go to the Catholic school, and it means that
that's how they get you.
Education.
That's how they get you. That's how they get you. I know loads of family members and people that have all gone that road.
So he's feeling
just to get into
it's a bit of a conundrum because he's stuck now, but so he, in a way, he's like, is it better for his education?
You get back to the net positive.
Exactly. So he's weighing that up, and I'm weighing up the Santa stuff as well. I get. For me, I'm putting a lot of weight on not lying. Yeah. And I'm being blind to the magic in a way, and maybe I think I can fill them holes in the same way, but I'll never truly fill it. Never. Yeah. I have to pick one or the other. Yeah. And so, but anyway, so I'm not saying it is a trade-off. It's not like one is like the right, like what is right in a way, and
there isn't really. It's
exactly, and what is the net?
It's trying to weigh it all up really, and So it's a really hard one, like. But I think the whole skill thing as well. That's a tough one because I know people that aren't religious at all and they just do all that stuff just to get into the school.
But it's like imagine. So it's like because eventually, like Chuck will have to tell Otto, I guess, that he isn't
religious.
Yeah, or that we just did this for you. In a way.
Because we thought it would be good for you in the end, or whatever.
Yeah.
But the thing as well, like, I feel you can still... It doesn't have to be about believing in God or not. It's just about not wanting to be a part of a certain organised religion. you're not into their practices, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you could still believe in God, but maybe not the monotheistic God of Christianity, let's say, of the man in the sky, the all ruling, all seeing thing.
Yeah.
There's other types of gods if you look at other religions, you know what I mean? That I think most people aren't even aware of. When they think of God, they think of a man in the sky. They don't think of like something like pantheism or
the many gods of
polytheism.
Hinduism,
Yeah, polytheism has many. You have like a sun god, water. There's just there's a god for everything. Whereas pantheism is the idea that everything is God. Like the table, we're all God.
Yeah.
I mean, so there's loads of different views on God that maybe we don't get exposed to growing up in Ireland. We just get that man in the sky one.
Yeah.
So then a lot of people, like obviously Catholic Church is going down in popularity, and I think Protestants do, but it's like people are rejecting the monotheistic God and going, God doesn't exist then, because they're not aware of the other potential options. You know what I mean? Well, that was the case for me anyway. I was just saw science and then atheist, reject that God. But then as I read more philosophy and read other religions and stuff, then I realised, there wasn't just a two-choice thing, you know what I mean? But a polytheistic kind of God or pantheism won't get my child into that primary school down the road.
That's what I'm saying.
Unfortunately. So it's kind of like...
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, so that's why you're thinking about homeschooling and stuff like that as well. But the effort that would take...
I know.
There's a lot of effort.
Yeah, there's pros and cons no matter what way you
A lot of effort.
It is trade-offs. And you have to pick your poison.
Sorry.
I guess. But... look, whenever we are hopefully faced with that,
like what so the situation for a lot of people now is the two parents have to work because the price of mortgages and the price of living. So if two parents working full time now and the kid is off in creche or play school or whatever for most of the day, they're spending most of their time with other people, other adults that are influencing their child, educating them, and then you have a bit of time in the evening, and then it's kind of like, is that more important to focus on than Santa? You know what I mean? Like that's actually
it's not as important. No,
yeah, but you know what I mean? Like that seems more important. It's like, Jesus,
it's not on team.
How much contact time?
It's not on team.
Yeah, no. It's like
it's
like how much contact time do you have with your
you're
kids?
Right.
It's kind of
around your children.
Yeah.